Remember Vivekachudamani? We had studied in the last lifetime. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Up to Guru Upasadanam, meaning approaching the Guru, we have done each and every verse so that we have had a chance to go over all the, what is that called, the preparatory steps, Shamadama, etc., what it is, and how the student approaches the teacher, what the teacher says, etc. From this point on, in order to finish the text, we will be doing it a little more selectively. A few things we will leave out, especially if it is redundant and if it has already been covered by texts such as Tattva Bodha, we will let that go. Okay? So now the student has approached the teacher, talked about the very vivid description of samsara. Extremely vivid description of samsara was given, and also along with that, received the assurance from the teacher. The teacher says, Ma bhaishta asti upayah. There is a solution. And what is that solution? The teacher doesn't say, I'm going to craft a special solution just for you. That is the beauty of this. The teacher says, the same solution that my teacher showed me and every other teacher has shown his or her students, that same road I will show you. I will show you that road which is already well worn and well travelled. You can't say, how boring. I want a special road. I don't want a road on which everybody else has travelled. I am the, what is that called? I am an innovator. I am a pioneer. I have a creative edge. In fact, I just have an edge, you can say. Creative, forget it. It's just saying that. I am an edgy person. I want something new. I want something completely crafted just for me. Because I'm not like all the others. I don't want to be, what is that called? Part of the sheep flock of Shishyas. There is an alliteration, sheep flock of Shishyas, okay? I don't want to be the part of the sheep flock of Shishyas. I am special. I have always been told I was special, and now I have come to believe that I am special, so I need a special road. I don't want your Ghisa Pita road. Ghisa Pita road means well-worn road of where all the students have walked by. How boring. Why should I toe the line? Why can't I have my own road? Well, the answer to that is very convincing, because you don't want your own road. Why? Because the problem is the same. If you had a special problem, this student can be told, if you have a special problem which nobody else has, if you are a special person, and what was Pujya Swamiji's definition of a special person? One who needs a specialist is a special person. So if somebody says, I am a special person, then, then I have a problem which no one else in the whole world has, then you can talk about a custom-made road. But here the custom-made road is not possible. Why? Because you also have the same old tired, boring problems as all the other people who define themselves as samsaris. Very, very sorry. So therefore, samsara being the same, the problem of samsara being the same. What is the problem of samsara? Self-loath, self-non-acceptance, self-doubt, low or no self-confidence. I don't like anybody else. I don't like myself either, for that matter. And I have doubt about myself. I have trauma, and I don't know how to overcome the trauma. And that trauma creates a web of pratibhasika through which I do all my transactions in the world, and I come back rebuffed and repeatedly rebuffed. Why? Because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I approach the person waiting to be rebuffed. And when the rebuffing, and I set up the encounter to be rejected and rebuffed, and when the rejection and the rebuffing happens, it only goes to further and enscones the feeling, nobody loves me, nobody wants me. What is all this? Samsara. You go anywhere, this is what describes the jiva. You go any part of the world, and even we can say with surety that even if you go to some other galaxy, right, where there is life, we are getting some radio signals. Yeah, we cannot identify what they are. We are getting some radio signals and have been getting. The NASA people are reporting that nobody can interpret the radio signals. Probably, the earthlings are very stupid. This must be some advanced civilization. We don't know their language, perhaps. So, let's say we go to some other place on earth, or some other place in some other galaxy where there is life, earth-like situation is there, life is there, human-like beings with free will are there. They too will have the same problem. How do you know? They will also have the same problem called samsara. How do you know? Because yatha iha tatha amutra, there is a maxim. Just like as it is here, in the similar conditions. And what are the conditions? Free will must be there. Free will is there. That means the person is free enough to judge oneself. It is both a blessing and a challenge. And so therefore what happens? Therefore, this free will being there is a problem with self-acceptance. So self-non-acceptance, characterized as samsara, is there no matter what. Then why do you need a special road? If you have the same problem as everybody else, and guess what? Even the gurus before you had the same problem. They overcame by going on the same road which had already been prescribed. Why reinvent the wheel? There is an expression, if the wheel is already there, just put it together and make a bicycle and then ride away into the sunset. Why say I'm going to make my own wheel? What a waste of time. Wheel is already there. And so similarly, the problem of samsara is not unique to one particular human being. Its language is universal. Everybody may not know Sanskritam. In Uttarakhand, they have designated 13 villages as Sanskrit villages. Very nice. What about the other 100, so many 100 villages? No. So everybody may not know Sanskritam. Everybody may not know many things, many languages. But the language of samsara, universally and easily spoken across continents, across countries, and yes, even across galaxies. This being the case, then the problem is similar, so the solution is also similar. So for fever, there is what? Dolo. There is a paracetamol called Dolo. So if you have fever in some other country, then also it may be called by some other name, but what is it? It is still paracetamol. That's all it is. And so therefore here, what is the upaya? What is the remedy for samsara fever? For samsara fever, the remedy is shastra adhyayanam, studying the shastra. That's the only remedy. And then, so the teacher assures the student, accepts the student as a disciple and says the same road on which all the Mahatmas have travelled. In fact, when they travelled on the road, were they Mahatmas? No. After they travelled on this road, they became Jnanis and Mahatmas. And also it's nice to have a road well travelled, because whoever came before me would have made the road nice and smooth, and then if they have found any thorns or any obstructions, they would have taken it and removed it on the side. This is called pramana vichara, the way in which the pramana is updated for every generation, and this is a very important thing. And so the student is assured, tadeva margam tava nirdishami. And then the student has a question. The student is perplexed now. And the student, we have already studied this verse, but it's just worth revising. Ko nama bandhak kathamesha agatah katham pratisthasya katham vimokshah ko savanatma kathamesha atma tayor viveka kathametadujyatam. So you have to, the teacher says that because you have ajnanam, and because this ajnanam is avritam, it is surrounding the buddhi, it has colonized the buddhi, and therefore this ajnanam has to be removed, and ajnana nivritti is bandha nivritti, is also samsara nivritti. Tayor vivekah, viveka between atma and anatma, tayor vivekodita bodha vanhihi, ajnana karyam sadahet pramulam. So it is, this will burn up atma ajnanam. What will burn up? This ability to study Vedanta, which is characterized first, which has viveka vairagya purassaraha, the person equipped first of all with viveka and vairagya, and then applies this viveka and vairagya, separates the atma from the tangled web of anatma in which it has as though become caught, and then becomes free. So the student is perplexed upon hearing it, says, what is this bondage? And where did it come from? When I wasn't looking, it has sneaked up on me. Very innocent series of questions, very beautiful. Kathamesha agatah, katham pratisthasya, where is it established? Where are its roots? Pratishtha here means roots. Where are its roots? And what is this thing you keep saying, moksha, moksha, moksha? What is this thing? Katham vimoksha, how is this moksha achieved? And what is this atma? What is this anatma? And then what is this viveka between the two? Please let me know. The teacher begins in the first 2-3 verses in this section by talking about the 5 elements and how the 5 elements comprise this human body. So there is a long discussion. So first, the physical body. The physical body is made up of grossified 5 elements, and the grossified 5 elements make up this physical body, which has a beginning, which has an end, and which is time bound. And then what about the subtle body? The subtle body is made up of we say 17 according to Tattva Bodha, but he counts it as 8 because groups of 5 he takes it as 1. Vagadi Pancha. Vagadi Pancha means 5 karmendriyas. Do we need to list the karmendriyas? Oh, thank God. Okay. Too late in the night to do that. So then, Vagadi Pancha, 5 organs of actions. Shravanadi Pancha, 5, what are they? Sense organs. So these he counts as 2. Why? Groups of 5. He doesn't count it as 5, 10, 15. So 5 organs of action, all the organs of action he counts it as 1. And then the Shravanadi Pancha, the 5 sense organs are 1. And then what else? When the tune comes, the rest of the verses, the things will come. Vagadi Pancha, Shravanadi Pancha, Pranadi Pancha, Brahmukhani Pancha. Pranadi Pancha. Another 3, prana, this prana, and then another, that's number 3. Abhramukhani Pancha means the subtle 5 elements from which everything has come, that is 4. Then Buddhyadi, then Buddhi, Ahankara, Manaha, Chittam. So together they make 8. Very strange way of counting. Okay, I have never seen it anywhere else. So 8, because see, buddhi, ahankara, manaha, he should have counted as 1, and then we could have just had 3, but no. These he counts separately, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other groups of 5 he counts as 1. So then we have 8. Puryashtakam means it's a city made of 8 gates, 8-fold, 8 aspects. This 8-aspected city, Sukshma Shariram iti ahuhu. This is the Sukshma Sharira. Then he also talks about Karana Sharira. What is this Karana Sharira? It is all just ignorance. It is ignorance. Karana Sharira is nothing other than the cause of the other 2 Shariras. Why does birth take place? The answer for everything is ignorance. Ignorance. Why is the subtle body there? Ignorance. What kind of ignorance? Self-ignorance. Atma Ajnanam. So then he assigns the different states also to the 3 kinds of bodies. The physical body is associated with the waking state. The subtle body is associated with a dream state, means a potential state, and then the what is left? The causal body. Don't get confused. Causal body means cause of the other 2 bodies, which is that ignorance. Causal body is nothing but ajnanam, tamas. And so the causal body is what? Is ignorance, and the causal body is the cause of the other 2 states, and the causal body is associated with deep sleep state. Okay. So then the next place he goes to, very ingenious, is because this is how the bandha came. You know, ko nama bandha. What is this bandha? The bandha is the ever present, never absent, all pervasive Atma, as though confined to this body, mind, sense complexes. How did that happen? Ko nama bandha kathamesha agataha. Now he is going to answer kathamesha agataha. How come I have this bandha? Where did it come from? And then 2 beautiful verses, 2 verses on Maya Shakti. So this is where he goes to Maya Shakti. And let us just chant that. I will tell you the number here. I don't know which one it is there. $31 here, 990, no, yeah, 110. Yeah, 110. It's written in a very funny way. I thought it was English 990. Okay. So, Avyaktanamni Paramesha Shaktihi Anadya Vidya Trigunatmika Para Karyanumeya Sudhiyaiva Maya Yaya Jagat Sarvamidam Prasuyate. So, Kathamesha Agataha, how come I have this bondage? You really don't have this bondage. You think you have this bondage. Why? Because you are under the spell of Maya. What is this Maya? We have to understand. Maya is Ishvara Shakti. Avyakta Namni. She is unmanifest. You cannot see her. Can you see Ishvara? No. Why? Because it is you. And then she who is non-separate from Ishvara is what? Maya. It is avyakta, unmanifest. Therefore, since she is unmanifest, how do you know her? Karya anumeya. She is inferred by the effects. And what are the effects of Maya? Sorrow, we can take it like that. Sorrow, anger, fear, ajnanam, all these things. But really, we shouldn't take it like that. You know, that's just for fun, I said. That is true. It's not altogether wrong. But it's nicer to take it on the collective level of this beautiful Jagat. Maya, that is variegated, which is responsible for this wonderful Jagat of various names, forms, colors, so many wonderful things. So when you see all the colors, all the Nana Rupas. Nana here doesn't mean grandfather, okay? Sanskrit Nana means many. Many and varied forms when you see, then you say, aha, Maya must have just walked through. I just missed her. I am seeing what? The effects of Maya. We see she who is known by the effects. Avyakta Namni, the she who is called known as unmanifest, she is the Shakti of Parameshwara. In fact, she is the Shakti that makes Brahman into Parameshwara. Brahman endowed with this Shakti gets a new name, Ishvara, Parameshwara. It is because of the presence of Maya alone. No Maya, no Ishvara. So this Maya is for Ishvara, she manifests as all knowledge. Where did she come from? We can't ask that. Why? Anaditvat. Because she is beginningless. She is beginningless, Anadi, Anaditvat. We cannot say, where did you come from? And we don't know. There is one Maya Panchakam. And what is that? It says, Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Maya. Oh Maya, what do? You make the impossible possible. You never think this is possible. But she who makes the impossible possible, very powerful Shakti, cannot reason with her, and one is under her spell until you study Vedanta. We have to say this. Otherwise, one will think I am permanently under the Maya spell. You are not permanently under Maya spell. Temporarily under Maya spell. Why? Because for Ishvara, she who manifests as Atma Jnanam and all knowledge, she manifests as Ajnanam for the Jiva. She gives Ishvara a big crown and coronates him saying, you are the king of the universe. You have Aishwarya, overlordship over the whole universe. Ishvara takes a bow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The complaining Jiva also pulls at Maya's dress. What about me? Where is my crown? She gives him a dunce cap. Go stand in the corner. Fool's cap, okay? Yeah, this is Ajnanam. But why does Maya Shakti endow Ishvara with all knowledge, but the Jiva with Atma Ajnanam? This is a very interesting question. Why is that? Because the Jiva is already what? You see, it is like asking the question, which came first, the tree or the seed? So the Jiva, what is the definition of Jiva? The one who complains. And who is the one who complains? The one who has Atma Ajnanam is the one who complains. And so therefore the already complaining Jiva is made aware that the Jiva has Atma Ajnanam. That is how we have to take. It's not that the Jiva is targeted. The Jiva is Anadi, Maya is Anadi, Ishvara is also what? Anadi. Anadi, Brahman is Anadi. Ajnanam is also Anadi. 6 things are called, have no beginning. So, Ishaha, Jivaha and Chit. Chit has no beginning, and then there is 3 others. Tomorrow I'll look it up and tell. Yeah. Ishaha, Jivaha, Vividha, Chit, and 3 other things have no beginning. Maya doesn't have a beginning, that is 4, and 2 other things are there. Ajnanam has no beginning, that is 5. Not bad, only 1 thing I'm missing. Tomorrow I will tell. I'll look it up and tell. Huh? Yes. Avidya, no, what yogam? Jivaha Ishvara. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll see the whole verse. Don't worry. Yeah. The combination also, I think something. Yoga means combination. Tomorrow I'll bring the whole verse and we will look at that. So then we have this, so 6 things are called anadi. We have 5 of them, and the combination of something is the 6th one. We'll see tomorrow. But then these things don't have a beginning, but then ajnanam has an end. Thank God. Ajnanam does not and cannot have a beginning, because if it has a beginning, then we will be in a big problem. What was there before ajnanam? Jnanam, because they are opposed to one another. If jnanam is replaced by ajnanam, then why should I study Vedanta? Because then I become a jnani, then soon what will happen? I will become a jnani. That's why ajnanam does not have a beginning. Okay? And so this Maya, avyakta namni paramesha shaktihi anadi. Anadi. So paramesha shaktihi means she is all knowledge where Parameshvara is concerned. But then where Jiva is concerned, the shadow side of the Maya applies anadi avidya. Avidya and trigunatmika, the triguna and avidya, both of them apply to the Jiva. Maya paints a nice picture, a big mural. You know what a mural is? Like big walls when they paint. On the side of the roads or some big convention, they have a mural. So the whole life, let's say sometimes they have these Varli paintings, very nice. They have the whole Jagat, small Jagat, what are they doing? The women are winnowing, the men are sowing the seeds. Harvest is going on, children are playing, some festival is going on, animals are there, all these things are there. Somebody is playing different musical instruments, all this in the mural Jagat, it is there. And then, so she paints. She needs only 3 colors, 3 primary colors. Oh, red, green and blue? No. What are the 3 colors? Colorations, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So then, depending on the person's karma, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas will be in different measure. And then what? Would you rather be appreciating her painting, or would you rather be in the painting? Very good choice. Because if you are in the painting, you are trapped. Let me out, let me out. How come I'm here? I'm all trapped. I don't know where to go. What is all this? Because you recognize yourself also in the painting. You recognize a little building, school, another little place, your own house, and 3-4 other stick figures, your family. And then you are moping by the side of the road. That also you recognize, oh, I'm really depressed over here. And then what? Then you leave the house, leave the parentage, leave everything and walk away. And then there is a little Swami Dayananda ashram over there, also made in the painting. You go over there and then you chant the verse. Durvara samsara davagni taptam. I have been completely under the spell of outrageous slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Bhitam prapannam, I am frightened. And the Guru there says, what? Don't fear. You will get over this. You have to study this. And then you have to distinguish between Atma and Anatma. And then you ask how to do this. See, it is all happening inside the painting. But one is not completely inside. One is like both outside and inside in the beginning, because one is also aware. How to be both outside and inside? By being Sakshi. By not succumbing to the Maya, being Sakshi. Even if you have a Rajas attack, just say, I am not Rajasic, I am having a Rajas attack right now. Observe it. The more you observe all the reactions, the less you come under their spell. This is the idea. So that's why she is in the form of Trigunatmika Maya. Karyanumeya. Anumeya, she who is understood, she who is inferred by what? the karya. Karya means the effects. She is the unmanifest cause. She herself cannot be objectified, but she is known through whatever she has created. Very beautiful, whatever she has created. So this Maya has Upanishadic standing as well. In two Upanishads, we get the understanding of Maya. The first one is the Shvetashvatara Upanishad, I think in the 4th chapter, and there Mayam tu prakritim vidyat. Know Maya to be the nature. Mayinam tu maheshwaram. Mayin, the one who wields the Maya, is what? Ishvara. There is one saying like that in the equipped with Maya, this Mayin Srijati. Srijati means creates the whole universe with her help. And then in the Brihadaranyakam Upanishad also, Indra here is Bhagavan, here Brahman. Indro Mayabhihi means plural, more than two Mayas. Mayabhihi, and we'll see what that is. Indro Mayabhihi Pururupam Iyate. Gains many forms. This Indra here is not the god of Devas. Here Indra means Brahman. Indro Mayabhihi Pururupam Iyate. Second Upanishadic quote in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Maya takes on Bhagavan with the help of Maya. Brahman with the help of Maya takes on many names and many forms. And this is how the whole Jagat has come to be. Everything is Brahman plus name and form. Many names, many forms. And so these are the two Upanishadic statements. Let's see if I have left anything out here. Karyanmeya, Sudhiya iva. Sudhiya. So how is this Maya understood? Maya is understood as the effect by who? Sudhihi. Sudhihi means the one who has a good buddhi. Very interesting definition. What do you mean by the one who has a good buddhi? What does a good buddhi look like? A good buddhi is a discriminative buddhi, a discriminative intellect. And what is this discriminative intellect? The discriminative intellect is able to, yes, I am in the painting, but I am also observing the painting. My real nature is that of the observer. The content, the truth of the observer I am not trapped in this painting. What is trapped in this painting? As though is the body-mind-sense complex. I am free of this painting, the one who has the capacity of knowing this Vidya. That is the Atma Vidya. Knowing that you are not stuck in this painting. That there is an inner space. You can appreciate all the characters in the painting, in the mural. You can laugh with them, you can cry with them. You don't have to be all stoic and say, I'm not part of the painting, I'm not going to play. Somebody says, oh, come, look, such a nice sunrise. No, I'm not going to appreciate anything because it's all mithya anyway. So I'm just going to sit here because I don't want to come under the spell of Maya. You're already under the spell of Maya, okay? Yeah. So you can laugh with the people that are laughing. You can even cry with the people that are crying, knowing full well that you are the observer. You are not trapped in the painting. When you feel trapped, what is happening is that the body, mind, senses are involved. The body, mind, senses are involved, meaning I have identified with the body, mind, sense complex. That is why one feels trapped. So when there is that space between myself and all the jada things, I am the only sentient thing and only sentient vastu, everything is what? Avastu. Avastu means nothing, no thing. The word thing is reserved only for Atma. Everything else is called avastu. So I am that vastu which is sentient, which is of the nature of Ishvara, and then what? Which is Satchidananda. I am this Swarupa, and then all these other things, being in a family life and undergoing losses and gains and then undergoing happiness and disappointments, alternating cycles of happiness and disappointment, undergoing fears and tears. Who is undergoing? The body, mind, sense complex is undergoing. But the thread here that ties me to the body, mind, sense complex is the ahankara. Yes. He is a thief. Ahankara. He means it's a masculine word, that's all. Okay? So he is a thief. Why? Because slowly, like a cat. Do you hear a cat coming inside? No, because it has nice pads on its paws. It doesn't make noise. Slowly it will come. And how do you know the cat has come? All the milk has gone. Yeah, karyanumeya. By the effect you can infer the cat must have come when I was not looking. So ahankara has got this cat-like tendency, and ahankara's job is to tether you, tie you up to the body, mind, sense complex. It's not its job, but it thinks it's its job. It has what is that? It has written its own portfolio. My job is to keep you inside this permanently identified with this body, mind, sense complex. This is my job. That you are permanent fixture. Where? In this painting, in this moving painting. Chalanatmakam chitra. So in this moving painting, you are a fixture there. You will always be in this painting. You cannot come out of this painting. This is ahankara's job. Why does the ahankara do this? Because it is under the spell of sattva, rajas, tamo guna. And why is it under the spell of this? Why does it feel like it has to identify with the body, mind, sense complex and bring all of them along? Because when there is atma ajnanam, there is insecurity galore. Everybody knows this. Everybody has experienced this. The more one is under the spell of atma ajnanam, the more the insecurity. And when there is insecurity, there is a frantic attempt to become secure. Because I don't know that I want freedom from insecurity, I don't know. What do I think? I need to collect a few things to become secure. So the attempt itself is skewed, it's a different attempt. And so what does the ahankara do? The ahankara gathers up the body. Mine, you can't have it. My mind, my body, my senses. And then from there it is just one more step. Me body, me mind, me senses, me chittam. Me is equal to body. Me is equal to emotions. Me is equal to what else? Mind. Me is equal to the sense organs. Me is equal to the organs of actions. This is what is called dehatmadhihi. Dehatmadhihi is opposite of the word here, sudhihi. Sudhihi is the one who has come out of this dehatma buddhi. What is dehatma buddhi? Dehaha aham iti buddhi. Dehaha eva atma iti buddhi. Dehatma buddhi. So the sudhihi is the one who has emerged from this cycle of thinking of this frenetic and frantic attempt to try to have what? Some security. And the security comes from holding on to things tightly. The body, the mind, the senses. And what is it that you are holding on to? You are holding on to everything that is small. When you are in fact all. You are holding on to the effect. You are holding on to karya. Is body a karya or not? Say yes, so we can move on. Yes. Body is an effect or not? Yes. Mind is an effect or not? Yes. We just saw all the 5 elements coming together. It's an effect. So when I hold on to the effect and not the cause, then there is a completely different self-own, different self-definition, different identity. The effect is what? Small. And the effect is time-bound. Effect is time-bound, effect is small, and if I identify with the effect, then why did I identify with the effect to begin with? Because I wanted security. After identifying with the effect, are you more secure? No, I am more insecure. Why? Now I have another frantic, what is that called? Goal. What is the goal? To make everything that is finite infinite. How are you going to do that? Well, first I start by going to the gym. Why? The body has to be fit. And then I do those, what is that called? Sudoku, to keep the mind, to keep the demons of dementia away. Some word puzzles and Sudoku and things. You don't need all that. Study Sanskritam. It is well enough. Nothing, no cognitive decline will touch you. Patha Sanskritam, that's all. Makes the mind very logical. So anyway, so then you try to shore up the body and the mind, and then people are eating things. What is that? There is one tablet, Ayurvedic tablet. Long ago it was discovered, of course, and then it made a big comeback. It made a big splash, and most of its most of the customers who take this tablet are in the Anekatti Gurukulam. Really, it became famous there. It's called Jnanavalli tablet, and it is made of that, what is that called? Brahmi. So it is made of Brahmi, and so it is a herb for memory. So after failing miserably in Sanskrit, all the long-term 3.5-year course students, not a day goes by without swallowing once a day or twice a day this Jnanavalli tablet. So then what is this mind? Finite or infinite? Finite. It's an effect. And I'm trying to make it infinite. Body also I try to make it infinite. Mind also, body also I try to make infinite by all kinds of lotions and potions. For every notion I have about the body, there is a lotion and a potion. And so I keep drinking and applying all these things. And then there's such a huge waste of time. In fact, it's a race against time. Senses are also going, gone. In fact, if we had really long arms, we would never need glasses. First we begin reading here. Kuch nahi dikh raha hai, like this, like this, like this. If we could get one wooden arms or plastic arms, we would put off getting glasses. But at some point you have to cave in and get. Because all you can see in the room is an elephant, that's all, if it is there. Anything smaller than an elephant, you are not able to see. So that's when you go get yourself finally glasses. Okay, and so like this, one is identified with the effect. Effect is what? Because. So if I am identified with because, then I am not identified with the cause. If I am identified with everything small, I am not identified with all. If I am not identified with Ishvara, God, then I am at best odd, G silent. That's all. So therefore, this ahankara, what does it do? It just tries to shore up some security by identifying with everything finite, small, and that which is coming to an end sooner or later. And so therefore it comes to grief. And so this ahankara is walked over to Brahman. This is what Atmavidya is. This is what we are doing, is walking the ahankara slowly, from it, we are teaching the ahankara to declutch, unclutch from holding on to the body, mind, sense complex as I, and then going all the way to seeing itself as nothing but Brahman, Ishvara. This is what is the attempt. This is what the Shastra does. The Shastra, teacher and all endeavor to do only that, and for that one should have Sudhi. Sudhi means good buddhi. The good buddhi that is ready to receive the message of the Shastra, ready to let go of this identification with the body, mind, sense complex. That is what is called surrender to the Shastra. Surrender doesn't mean I swallow a pumpkin. Whatever anybody tells me, I swallow. Surrender is not to a person. Surrender is to the pramana. That is where the surrender is. Surrender is to the means of the knowledge called Shabda Pramanam. And that is where the surrender happens, because I understand I cannot intuit this knowledge. The one who intuits is the one who is Satchidananda. I cannot stumble upon this knowledge because we are talking about the nature of the stumbler. I cannot suddenly guess this knowledge because we are talking of the nature of the one who is making these guesses. So therefore I am unable to help myself. That is where the surrender is. Surrender to the pramana as the only way to really repatriate myself to understanding that I am Satchidananda. That is the surrender, and such a person is called Sudhihi, who does not resist the teaching at every turn. And that is what is a well-prepared mind, where the ahankara, when the babies cry, they give them something, some kind of something to suck. What is that called? Pacifier, yeah. So we have to train the ahankara by giving it one pacifier. Go sit down, you just listen, you don't talk now. And that is what we have to do. Yaya jagat idam sarvam prasuyate. Then the next verse is very beautiful also. Sannapya bhayatmikano Bhinnapya bhayatmikano Sangapya bhayatmikano Mahadbhuta something Swarupa. Mahadbhuta nirvachaniya Rupa. Notice that the first three lines end in the word no. No means no. Yes. Yeah. No means no. Here is where there is a synergy between Sanskrit and English. Na u. Na, a plus u is what? No. O. Na plus u, no. Now we know the derivation of no. So what is this Maya? If you ask the question, she is a trickster figure. Why? Because can you call her? So first is Sat Api. Sat api na. Sat api no. Asat api no. Ubhayatmika api no. Is she Sat? Well, she is Sat. She is non-separate from Sat because everything is non-separate from Sat. Sat is not her. So no, she is not Sat. Is she Asat then? Asat here means what? Non-existent. Is Maya non-existent? No. Yeah, all you do is say no. Okay, yeah. Just say no. So, is Maya non-existent? No. Why? Because I am under her spell. Why? Because I am weeping. That's why I know Maya is very much here in the form of Atma Ajnanam, Agrahanam, Anyatha Grahanam, etc. So this crying person knows that Maya has been. Maya has visited in the form of tears, in the form of fears, in the form of Atma Ajnanam. So we can't call her non-existent, but yet she is not self-existent because she is dependent upon Brahman. She is a Kalpita Shakti of Brahman and has no Shakti. So therefore, she is not independent. Oh, then she's not independent means is she non-existent? No, she's not non-existent either. Okay, can we have a compromise and say she's little bit non-existent, little bit existent? No. Why? Because existence and non-existence, being opposed to each other, cannot be the attribute of a single thing at the same time. So no. So sat api na, is she, and then what? Asat api na, she is not self-existent, she is not non-existent, she is not little bit of both. Self-existent and non-existent, she is not both. Then bhinnapi abhinnapi ubhayatmika, no. Is she separate from Brahman? No. So is she one with Brahman? No. Okay, is she sometimes separate and sometimes one with Brahman, or is she little bit separate and little bit one with Brahman? No. Does she have limbs? No, because everything is no here, okay? It's a no-brainer. Please know that. Yeah. So everything you have to say no, all right? Yeah. Do you want ice cream? So I should have said chocolate cake. I should have said chocolate cake. So then, so is she one and the same as Brahman? No. So is she completely separate from Brahman? No, because you see, either way we have problems. If we say she is nothing other than Brahman, then she becomes redundant. Why talk about Maya if there is only Brahman and she is one with Brahman? Then why talk about Maya separately? She becomes redundant. Punarukti dosha. Then if she is completely separate from Brahman, she becomes a Rakshasi. She becomes an Asura. Yes. Because she becomes outside of Brahman and then she can attack Brahman. This is the problem with many theologies who say that God is all good. Everything good only happens from God. And if whatever you consider bad happens, then whose problem it is? Devil. Some demon, devil, evil. Thank God in this tradition we don't have devil or evil. All our asuras are devotees gone wrong. That's all they are. But if we set up this devil, then there is always an eternal fight between God and devil. So then there is no limitlessness because God delimits devil, devil delimits God. These theologies, we have to see what are the impacts of these theologies for Advaita Vedanta. We are only looking at Advaita Vedanta. People are free to believe and free to worship however they want, whatever they want. That's not in question here. We are looking from the standpoint of Advaita Vedanta. It will be highly inconvenient if Maya was separate from Brahman. How do you reconcile her existence? And then she will delimit Brahman, and Brahman will delimit her. Neither Maya will be limitless, nor Brahman will be limitless. And if Maya and Brahman are not limitless, then what happens? I have to kiss goodbye to limitlessness. Then why study? We should just pack up. This is what it is. So she is not existent, she is not non-existent, she is not a little bit of both. She is not part of Brahman, she is not separate from Brahman, and she is not both. And does she have limbs? No, she has no limbs because she is avyakta namni. We saw that. She is avyakta, unmanifest. Oh, then she has no limbs? No, she is karyanumeya, she is known by the effects. So all the various jagat, parts of the jagat, various things in the jagat are nothing but her limbs. Very beautiful. Sanga api ananga atmi ubhayatmika. No. Then the writer concludes, some Shankaracharya who wrote this concludes what? Mahadbhuta. She is a great wonder. This is a great wonder. The verse itself is a wonder. Anirvachaniya Rupa. And so what is Maya's Swarupa? We have to say Anirvachaniya. Anirvachya, that which cannot be categorically said as existent or categorically dismissed as non-existent. This is what is mithya. Maya and mithya are synonyms. So now, after talking about Maya in detail, the next portion of the question gets answered. Ko nama bandha we talked about. Kathamesha agataha. How did this bandha come? This is the whole Maya discussion, is because to understand, to respond, the Guru's response to the Shishya's question, where did this Maya come from? And then Katham Pratishtha Asya, that is the next question, the answer to which we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Full schedule tomorrow. Meditation at not 7:15, not 7:20. Okay?